What's up, Arizona? Happiness is choice as always. Go out and make it a great day. You are watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. I'm Cameron Cox. We're going to catch up with the rest of the crew here in just a moment. Every week, come hang out with us, talking all things Arizona sports. We're going to tell you the important stories, the ones that matter, and as always, introduce you to people that inspire. This is 12 Sports Tonight, Arizona's OG and longest-running sports show, streaming on 12+. Let's go. Okay.
Talk the top sports story of the day with Cam.
Cam, what do the Suns have to clean up tomorrow night?
Well, first of all, if you heading downtown Phoenix tomorrow night, you might want to get there today. It'd be a good idea just to stay down here today, maybe camp out, something like that. Because listen, you got a Suns game, D-backs game. Like downtown is going to be the place to be tomorrow. And Mark, flat out, they just got to play better. They have to figure out a way to close the game because this Clippers team, as we all watched last night, is no joke, and they're going to be tough to beat. Let's play some basketball. Suns got one more chance to advance. Suns back on the practice floor today, getting ready to host the Warriors in an elimination game tomorrow night. Suns, of course, coming off that late loss to the Blazers. They collapsed in the fourth quarter. The Warriors came back and beat the Clippers last night. Both teams know what's next.
Must win or lose or go home. One of the two. I guess it creates added pressure, but been in these games whole life.
Phoenix is a high-powered offense. You know, Dylan and Devin have been playing great all year long. They have guys that can, create off the dribble. Watch the game against Portland. You know, it's going to be a great atmosphere.
We know it's at stake. Nobody wants to go home, so I think, it's going to come down to the last second, all 48 minutes.
I want to thank the league for creating the play-in tournament. Thank you, Adam. And we're just happy to have a shot. One game to get in, and we're excited about it. And Phoenix has a hell of a team. They've had a great year, and it's going to be another great game.
Line up and see what you got. That's what the playoff basketball is. All the concepts and style of play a lot of times go out the door. We're going to do whatever it takes to win. I think, we have what we have, and we got more than enough. So whoever we put out there, we're in a good place.
Guys, whatever it takes. All comes down to this elimination game. Suns and Warriors tomorrow night, tip-off 7 o'clock. I get why Steve Kerr is saying thank you, because years ago when the play-in didn't exist, they wouldn't even be in the playoff whatsoever. Loser is out. Winner, as you see, follow the line. They advance to face OKC in the first round. Game 1 of that series would be Sunday in OKC at 12:30. Guys, listen, these two teams have had a lot of battles throughout the years, and this year the Warriors have kind of had their number. 3-1 against the Suns this year, the Warriors are. But there's like different teams. During the regular season, people were in and out of the lineup. The Suns didn't have Jalen Green in any matchups against the Warriors this year. Now he's back in the rotation. Steph seems fully healthy. Draymond Green is playing like the old Draymond Green.
That's the guy that worries
And Mark, listen, we talked to Jordan Ott today because we all were yelling, or maybe I was the other day, about that small ball lineup that kept throwing out. No big man at the end of the game. Listen, the way Draymond played last night, you're going to have to throw a big body at him at some point. So the Suns, you heard Jordan Ott, whatever it takes, whoever we got to throw in there, we empty the clip, because this is it. It's win or go home now. Suns have backed themselves in this corner, and they're facing a Warriors team that is just red hot.
Welcome back. After leading Phoenix to the finals last year, two members of the Mercury's Big Three are back. Alyssa Thomas and Kalia Copper have signed new deals. The two have a combined 22 years in the league and 10 All-Star selections. Thomas an MVP finalist last season. Copper is going into her third season here in the Valley. The Merc also re-signed Sammy Whitcomb and Dewana Bonner. Training camp starts 1 week from today. Now, from the new faces of the franchise to the original face of the franchise, Mercury legend Diana Taurasi headlines this year's Arizona Sports Hall of Fame class. She brought 3 championships to the Valley during her 20-year career here. She's the W's all-time leading scorer and a 6-time Olympic gold medalist. The Mercury will retire DT's jersey in August, and she'll become the 6th member of the team's Ring of Honor, joining her wife Penny Taylor in that rare air. And their practice court is already named after her. We caught up with the GOAT on the red carpet last week.
Could you have expected this kind of honor after your illustrious career here in the Valley?
Maybe, but definitely not at the beginning. When you get an award like this, you start going down memory lane a little bit. And what an incredible 20 years that I spent all here in the Valley, in Arizona, with the Mercury. Really, you couldn't write a better storyline to be able to play in one team in one city. And, you know, it's home now, and it's just going to be an incredible night.
And it's going to be a year of celebrating you, the jersey being retired, inducted into the Ring of Honor. Just what has this ride been like 1 year post-retirement to have this celebration of your career?
Yeah, it kind of just affirms the ending in a lot of ways. And the gratitude. I think sometimes when you're going through the process of just playing, you're just so worried about having your head down and getting better and trying to bring a championship here. And I was always so worried about those things that I really didn't realize how many years I was actually playing. So, like I said, to reminisce a little bit now and to get to enjoy all the things that we did here as an organization, as a team. And, you know, it's a celebration of everyone, really, that put on that Mercury jersey, and that feels really good.
We know about the accomplishments on the court, your impact on the game, but what are you most proud of in terms of your impact on the Phoenix community?
I mean, it's just such a wonderful community. They're just so loving, and, you know, they welcome you with open arms, and they feed off your energy. And that's the one thing that I always loved about walking to that arena. I felt like it was a community. After 20 years, you know, there was kids that were 10. By the time I left, there were 30 with kids and families. So there was that generational process that was so amazing to watch for the last 20 years.
What is next for you? Are you going to get into more media, more coaching? Is that anything that you've thought about?
Coaching's a big no. You know, I'm just really enjoying my time with our family, all the little things. You know, when you're going through the process of playing, you kind of have a one-track mind. So it's just been nice to be home with Penn and the kids, and, you know, enjoy the simple things in life, and also being able to contribute to the family system. So it's been great. Haven't missed one thing.
Penny, what's it been like for you to have your partner back home?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I think it's a big adjustment going from how busy and invested she was in the WNBA to now having her home and being a family unit more often now. So it's been really nice and enjoyable, and everyone's loving it.
Translation. Penny's like, it's about time she's home full time.
Remember when she took a flight in the middle of the finals to go get to the birth of her second child? She's amazing.
Joining the show now is someone people here in the Valley know very, very well. Nick Lowry, Nick the Kick, close to 20 years in the NFL, Chiefs all-time leading scorer, post-football. What an amazing life. He has dedicated his life to helping others and improving their quality of life. Lowry has this new book out. It drops Wednesday. It's called Naked and Alone with 80,000 people. Nick,
right.
First of all, it's really good to see you.
Thank you. 12 years here for you. I've actually been here now. This is my 30th year in Phoenix.
We don't leave, right? We move here.
It's hard to leave this place.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful place to live. Nick, just what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I just felt like my life story is so crazy and different. My father was a reconnaissance pilot in World War II from a family of cowboys. My mother was in the first full class of women at Oxford. And I grew up next door to a Supreme Court justice who led the National Football League in rushing twice. In fact, finished #1 at Yale Law School the same year he led the NFL in rushing, Justice Byron Whizzer White. So I've just been really lucky. Some would say entitled. And so when you're entitled, or when you're privileged, another word we use today, do something with it.
This is much more than your life story. Like, this is a guide for people who want to learn how to bounce back in life in a way, right?
It is. And, you know, every lesson in life, even Cameron probably had a time when he didn't hit that shot, or, you know, the test didn't go well, or the teacher didn't like him. And same here, right? I was rejected by 8 teams 11 times. And so at the end of the book, we have 11 lessons, because that's where the best lessons are. Every single great, successful person with real character has developed that character by going through tough times.
I think no bigger obstacle is kicking in the NFL. You're by yourself. You're almost on an island, right? Is that where the kind of the name came from, Naked and
That's
Afraid?
Exactly.
Why 80,000 people? 80,000 people?
I will never forget, Cameron, what it felt like a number of times running on the field going, one voice saying, "What are you doing? This is the scariest thing ever, you idiot." But luckily you're training, right? I think anybody can be unbelievably good at something, at least one thing, when you train for it. So it took me 2 years, giving up a job working in the United States Senate for Senator Bob Packard on aviation deregulation, to try a last time, my 12th time, which is a biblical number, 12 is a good number, But then I had to go against Jan Stenerud, my hero, the greatest kicker in the history of the game at that point, and head-to-head every day, and I was being charted by Clark Hunt, who is currently the architect of the Chiefs dynasty as America's new team.
Yeah, there we go.
And he was charting us every day and told his father, Lamar Hunt, the great Lamar Hunt, that I would beat out Jan Stenerud. And I went on to break every one of his records and become most accurate kicker in NFL history for 18 years. And it only would have happened if I had made it through all those rejections. If I had made it earlier, I would have had, I think, a career like that. I wouldn't have gotten mentally and physically tougher.
You mentioned connecting to people. Few do more than you do to help people here in this valley.
Thank you.
And you just celebrated 20 years of your Champions of the Homeless.
Thank you.
Listen, every Thanksgiving, I see you out and about at St. Vincent de Paul.
Yeah.
You invite some of your NFL buddies. You invite some
And
of
they
us
come.
locally
Yeah.
too as well. And you do this many times throughout the year. Just how important has that been in your life to give back and to help?
Why do we love Larry Fitzgerald if it isn't that he pops back up after getting drilled in a catch and keeps going again, but it's also because he's so selfless. Yeah. So I have to give a lot of credit to my NFL friends, to St. Vincent de Paul, to Shannon Clancy and Jessica Berg and all the people I love you, people at St. Vincent de Paul, because they're doing it 365 days a year. Wow. God's given us our stage to do it when we can, to bring light where there's darkness. And that's where the juice of life is. If you keep doing that, you may be helping somebody else, but in the end, you're really loving yourself.
Nick, anything you want them to know about the book?
Nick,
comes out Wednesday.
Wednesday, 5:30 to 8 at the Scottsdale Resort and Spa on McCormick Ranch Parkway. We'll be signing them, taking photos, a little food and drink too, but we're grateful just to have NBC tell our story and help other people maybe realize God's given each one of us a unique story. And you're here to make a difference in the world.
That's right. The book comes out Wednesday. You can also go to the event, too, as well. Admission is free. You can buy the book there. Just RSVP at eventbrite.com. Nick Lowry here.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for the time. Get the book. There we go.
Ball at the ball. Let's go. Bust their Let's go. Let's get it on the ground, man. When it's wide open, let's get it on the ground.
I want the Cardinals to do well, very well. I got a lot of good friends there.
I love all.
Oh, this one hurts. Going to really miss Coach Mack. Former Cardinals head coach Dave McGinnis passing away today. Coach, he of course, the head coach of the Cardinals from 2000 to 03, took over for Vince Tobin after years of being the defensive coordinator, helped get the new stadium passed, and most importantly, he was a friend to everyone. If you were around, he wanted to know your name and how he could help you. In his second chapter of life, as you see, brought that charisma and passion to the radio for the Tennessee Titans. Coach Mack was 74 years old. MC, I know you knew him pretty well.
I loved him.
So many people do.
If you knew him, it was hard not to love him.
It was a blessing.
Because he just had this, for lack of a better word, this charisma that embraced everyone.
Yeah. We were all lucky.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Cam, thank you. A new tradition lives on with ASU's football team participating in the Kids Run at Pat's Run for the second year in a row. Players in jerseys at the starting line, running the course, then at the finish line, they hand out the medals to the kids. This idea was started by the players on the team's Pat Tillman Leadership Council last year.
It's cool to see the guys want to do it and be excited. Like, you see they're excited. Like, at the end of the day, these are 18 to 22-year-olds, and making an impact still matters. So many people come together on this day, to honor the legacy of Pat Tillman, and adults, kids, people from all over the country. So it's just awesome to be a part of.
Be involved in the community, to just do it another year, just be able to keep this going, to be able to live on what Pat left, the legacy he left, and to be able to just be able to be a part of it. It's special.
Mike LaFleur and his family participating in Pat's Run for the first time. Look at it. Here he is hanging out with ASU Graham Rossini at the start line. Been a busy week for the fam. Of course, the team got back to work this week, and the family moved into their new home.
You know, last night was really the first Friday night kind of in the new house, just with the family, and so we sat here. We YouTubed the little Pat Tillman 27-minute deal to give the kids a little heads up of what they were getting into, and it got them all fired up, for obviously this race, but for the cause and Pat Tillman in general.
What was it like to educate them on kind of Pat and his legacy a little bit?
You know what's cool is I didn't need to say much. It did the talking through the video, and You know, all you have to do is just kind of see the passion he has. Like, I feel like, you know, people are smart enough to realize real quickly what kind of human he was. What a fantastic football player and all that stuff, but a better human, you know, and you talk about servant leadership, that's this man.
Hey, Coach, what's it like to get back to work, get the guys in the building? You know, they've kind of raved about how you've kind of run things so far.
Yeah, it's why you do it, right? I mean, I told the guys on Tuesday it was, you know, 63 days had gone by since I had the opening press conference, and a lot of stuff had gotten done. Nothing more important than that day being with the guys, you know, because that's what this thing's all about.
All right, speaking of the Cardinals, it is great catching up with linebacker Mack Wilson Sr. Finally healthy after missing almost the last 2 months of the season with a pretty serious rib injury. Wilson is a big part of this team. He's also a big part of our community. Coming up on May 16th out there at Corona del Sol High School, it's his 5th annual Make a Difference Celebrity Basketball Game and Community Day. The Cardinals' new #1 on the field talks about the event and opens up about getting the Cardinals back to winning. All right, Mac, that time of the year, your celebrity basketball game, what are you most looking forward to about this year's game?
Really just looking for, you know, obviously to see the fans come out and, you know, my guys who was here last year to come out and support again and, you know, just mingle with the fans and see all the kids and just have some fun, honestly. Special to me just because, you know, just how I grew up, being in a single-parent house and watching my mom provide for 5 kids like it was nothing. It was something that I always, you know, was near and dear to my heart is, you know, just to give back, you know, whenever I can, just because I came from nothing. And, you know, now that the Lord blessed me with, you know, the stuff that I have now, you know, I just try my best to, you know, give back to the community, to plant into the next generation, you know, as much as I can. The day of the event, the community day starts at 9 to 12:30, which is free for the kids, different activities, bouncy houses, face paint, ice cream, you name it, you know, anything that they want to do, I'm sure we'll have it for them. And after that, the basketball game starts at 1 with all my guys, some celebrities, some entertainers, some comedian guys. So yeah, it'll be a dope turnout. When I converted over to basketball, because I used to do softball, so I feel like when I converted over to basketball, it kind of brought the aspect of giving the fans the opportunity to see us close up face, like, because obviously we're in helmets all the time, or when I was doing softball, we always on the softball field and they can't really get up close to us. So I feel like the basketball one is, you know, where they can see us, they can see our face. It's easy for them to engage with us and things like that. So it's been pretty cool. Like last year was super dope, and I'm looking forward to this year.
And just so we're clear, I mean, you guys can hoop. Y'all put on a show last year for the fans.
Yeah, definitely. I was surprised with some of the guys. Bring your kids, bring your families, bring everybody. We just have a good time, have a great time, and yeah, go about your weekend. Go Cardinals.
How are you feeling, man? How's it? Are you healthy? Good to go?
Yeah, I'm healthy. I think I still got a little more, you know, to go. But by the season get here in training camp, I'll be ready to go for sure. I've been doing great, honestly, lifting, running, doing everything normal. It's just, you know, just really just getting all the way back to myself and really being ready to compete when training camp get here.
Mac, you're so important to this team. I mean, we could see it when you weren't out there on the field with them. How hard was that just to sit back and watch, knowing kind of your impact to this team, what they went through last year?
Yeah, it was tough, honestly. Just, you know, you going into year 7. I got the mic role for the first time of my career, and I just thought, like, yeah, this is the year. Like, I'm about to light it up. And started the season hot. You know, I feel like I was playing well. Obviously, we got to the Cowboys game. I get my rib fracture. Didn't know I was going to be out the whole season. Was trying to come back a week or 2 after that. It was tough, but, you know, I was just trying my best to be there for them, showing my support for the guys, and, you know, they appreciate me for that, and, you know, they see it.
Yeah, what do you make a new head coach, Mike LaFleur?
You know, he come from a winning culture, obviously, with being at the Rams and things like that, and, you know, what he can bring and implement to our culture here, I feel like it's going to be huge, it's going to be dope, especially with the pieces he have on offense. Like, we seen what he did with the Rams and things like that, competing against them.
An offensive guy, obviously. But listen to him, man. It seems like just a ball junkie. Yeah. And so I feel like he wants to dive into the defense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been 2 days in now. He's in every defensive meeting we have. And, you know, that just kind of show you he care about, you know, where we headed and what we trying to build. And, you know, he just want to be hands-on with everything, even though he the head coach and the guy who's going to be calling plays on offense. Like, he obviously showing that he care about all of us. And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to play for him, excited to work with him and see where we go this year.
Because the first defense he's got to beat is you guys in practice, right?
Definitely. It's going to be hell for him, too. It's going to be hell for him.
Nick coming back, do you like that?
Definitely. I mean, that's something that me and the guys was talking about over the offseason. Obviously, we seen all the coaches they was bringing in, interviewing and things like that. So we was kind of just hoping that we could retain Nick and bring him back, obviously, with us knowing the defense and kind of knowing where we was headed last year. Then we got hit with all these injuries and things like that. So it's going to be a great year, and obviously everybody in that building feel like they got something to prove. You know, we all see it. Like, you know, we've been counted out since forever. The Cardinals been counted out, so it's one of those deals where it's just like put your head down, work, come together. We know what it takes, build the foundation, and just get to work. What kind of like turned me up today a little bit, found out today that I think Buddha going into year 10, being a Cardinal, and he never won a playoff game. So the blood, sweat, and tears he put in over the last course of these 10 years in this city, I mean, everybody know, everybody love Buddha. He's going to go down as one of the greats. And to know that he never won a playoff game, that's something that I want to get done. And everybody fired up. We juice. Like, I haven't been to the playoffs in 4 years, so it's one of those deals where it's like, let's get there.
Let's get there. Do it for Buddha. Do it for the Valley. All the above.
Time for sports with Cam Cox. Suns and Golden State tomorrow night. One goes home, one goes on in the playoffs. And, hey, man, Dylan's got to be a villain tomorrow night.
And Morgan and
He's
D-Books
got to be.
Got to play well late. Yeah, Dylan and Draymond Green, right? Should be a lot of fun. It all comes down to this elimination game. Suns and Warriors tomorrow night. Tip-off 7 o'clock. Loser is out. Winner advances to face Oklahoma City. Suns got one more chance to advance. Back on the practice floor, of course, coming off that late collapse loss to the Blazers. They know the challenge. You got to beat a Golden State team that has had their number this year and is getting hot at the right time. The good news, this isn't the regular season. The lineups are a little different now. Bad news, you still got to stop Steph Curry somehow.
This is why Steph came back. So everybody out there who thought Steph should have taken the rest of the year off, this is what he does. This is who he is.
Yeah, they're definitely better with him. I think that's easy to see. You know, it looked like the same Steph Curry. Everyone has to try the same game plan with him to try to take him off the three-point line, and he somehow does it night after night in the biggest moments.
You know, he's proven it over the years. So, you know, and they've been, you know, shown and battle-tested in every way possible. So, you know, it's a good matchup for us.
Here we go. Let's talk some football. NFL draft 1 week from today in Pittsburgh. Cardinals hold the number 3 overall pick. They are linked to like a right tackle, a pass rusher, maybe a quarterback. Cardinals, of course, coming off the worst season in team history. They got a new head coach, Mike LaFleur. This will be the 4th draft for GM Monty Ossenfort. Will he make a deal to move back? We've seen it. The phones are ringing.
We always kind of joke, like this time of year, like you kind of get a call and, you know, somebody on the other end says, hey, you interested in trading up? Sure. You interested in trading back? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's talk next week. You know, like, so nothing really happens. It's kind of, you know, just banter back and forth. So I'm not sure. I think some of that will become more clear next week.
All right, switching gears here. Football fans in the Valley woke up to some sad news. ASU assistant coach Steve Miller passing away. Miller was a hometown hero. Former Sun Devil football player who helped them win the Sun Bowl in 2019. Before that, he played football out there at Gilbert High School. His post-playing career, coaching, returning to ASU 3 years ago to work under Kenny Dillingham. He was loved by all the players, all the staff members. Dillingham on social media praying for everyone who knew Steve. He had a joy for people that was unmatched and impacted so many lives. We lost a good one. Miller recently battled some serious medical issues. ASU canceled practice on Thursday. Miller was just 29 years old. Rest easy, Coach Miller. That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports Tonight on 12+. I'm Cameron Cox. Come hang out with us nightly on 12 News or every Sunday night on 12 Sports Locker Room and 12 Sports Tonight. Good night. God bless.